Hey there, Prairie Plant Girl here. Today I'm going to be starting some of my woody herbs from seed. So I'm starting them indoors the end of January, and that should get me some nice bushy plants that I can be having outside once all the danger of frost is gone around the middle to end of May. So I'm here in Saskatchewan, Canada. I live in growing zone 3 kind of /4, and it's still pretty cold and snowy outside right now, but I'm planning ahead to get these herbs nice and large and lush when I want them to be outside. So I can start them now and I can be pinching them and getting nice full plants. So I'll be starting some rosemary. I just have a few seeds of rosemary, and in all honesty, I've never had great success in getting my rosemary plants to grow and continue to grow past about the, 3 to 4 inch size, but I just keep trying, and hopefully this is the year that it happens. So I can get them growing, getting started nice. And I think I've picked up a few tips now to maybe keep them growing indoors. That's where the trouble is getting them. They seem to need more water indoors, I think. And so I'm gonna give that a try. I'm also gonna be growing thyme. This is winter thyme. And I have some Greek oregano. I use oregano and thyme a lot in my cooking, and I really like in the summer when I can have fresh herbs just on a pot just outside my kitchen door to use them on the regular basis. And they're pretty easy to grow from seed, though I'm actually, as I picked this up, wondering if I have oregano seed in here. Hopefully it's not empty. Oh, there's lots in there. Okay, good. So the first step is going to be obviously to fill the seed tray. So I'm just going to do that up real quick, and then we'll get to sowing seeds. So I have my seedling tray all filled with some soil. What this is actually is peat moss, and it's a peat moss mix with a little bit of lime that I purchased at the store. And this is what I prefer to start my seedlings in. And then I've just made up the little tags for them. So this is the winter thyme. The oregano and thyme both say to start them kind of 6 weeks before your average last frost or in early spring. But I find giving them an extra few months is a good thing. I mean, maybe if you have a longer season to wait for them to mature, but I want them up and going and ready to use when it's time to get them outside. So I like to do them early. The winter thyme says to just sow in clumps on the surface of the soil. So I'm just going to put out a few seeds here. They're very tiny, so there's a lot of seeds there. And turn this so you can see, hopefully, and I'm just going to be kind of sprinkling them on the surface. Now there's probably a dozen or more on in each cell there. And hopefully they all got in there. I think I might have got a couple into the next slide there, but that's fine. And I'll just give them a little pat just to make sure that they have contact with the soil. And that's all I really need to do with those. The oregano says to plant them 1/4 inch deep. So I'm just going to make a little tiny hole in each cell. And I'll probably put about 3 to 5 seeds in each hole. Now again, they're super, super tiny seed. I don't even think, they're like the size of a pinhead. So it's really probably going to be more than that I sprinkle down there, but hopefully I get at least a few down in that hole, that 1/4 inch deep. They're so small to work with that I just kind of sprinkle them around the hole and cross my fingers. So there's the oregano, and we'll just kind of scoot the soil over that little hole I made. Now, I don't have very many of these rosemary left, and I don't have high hopes. These are coated seed right now, and I've had these for several years. Coated seed tends to not last as long as uncoated seed. And you're supposed to put them 1/8 inch deep. Oh yeah, and I only have 2 of them. So There they are. They're little balls because they're coated seed. So there'll be several seeds probably in each of these little balls. So hopefully I get at least one of them coming up. I'll do a little extra. So I'm just going to kind of set them on. It's supposed to be 1/8 of an inch deep, so I'm just barely moving a little bit of soil over top. Since I have a little extra space, I'm going to put a little bit of more of the oregano because I do use more of it in this hole here. And it'll be your job to remind me later that that's what that is in that end hole there. So I've just sprinkled a few. I don't even know if you can see them there on my hand. And I'll just, again, try and get them near that little hole I made, cover them over. So that's all you really need to do to get your seeds done. But I also like to go in with a little bit of vermiculite over top of all of my seeds starting, even the seeds that say to just surface sow like the thyme, and just sprinkle it over. Now I use a very fine vermiculite. You could use a more medium vermiculite, but I feel like I've had better success with the fine vermiculite. It's just a little less clumpy on top. So the vermiculite will just kind of help to moderate the moisture levels on your soil surface. So they'll help take up extra moisture if there is any, and they'll release moisture as it's needed if the soil surface dries out a little bit, which can be helpful, especially when you're getting seeds started. And then again, as you're watering in that later on, and you're looking at possibly having issues with damping off issues, which is often through overwatering or lack of air circulation. So the vermiculite can help with that because it can be helping to kind of regulate that the water right at the soil surface. So that's why I like to use it. Again, it's not something you absolutely have to use, but it can be helpful. It also, when you're keeping the moisture levels a little bit more intact, it can also help to keep down the occurrence of fungus gnats. So that's something to look at as well if you've had issue with fungus gnats in the past. Now I just want to get these watered in nicely, so I'm just going to give them a nice little spray. So when you spritz that soil surface, it's just helping to A, get that vermiculite moistened, and B, get the top of the soil surface where the seeds are moistened, because you want that moisture to go into the seeds and help to open up that seed coat and get them germinating. So when you are first sowing seeds, you don't have to have the full cell kind of waterlogged with moisture. You just want the top to be good and damp. The rest of the soil can be just nicely damp, but it doesn't need to be as wet as the top. The top is where the seeds are sitting for those first few days to a week usually. Not a lot of root development has happened at that point. So you're just looking to keep those seeds nice and damp so that they can crack that seed coat and get started. Another way to help keep them nice and damp is just to put them into a little kind of mini greenhouse. So that's all I have here is just a domed container that I've set it in. I've closed up there's a vent on top, so I've just made sure that it's closed, and I'm going to be putting them on my grow shelf. Now, because, the thyme wanted to be surface sown, usually seeds that want to be surface sown do want a little bit of light to help them germinate, kind of just encourages them, I guess, to break that dormancy and get going. So these will be going where the light is shining on my grow shelf right now. The other two probably don't need the light until they've gotten started, but it won't hurt them either. Once I see germination through about 80% of my seed tray here, then I will lift the dome either completely off or just vent it and lift it up a bit just to get some air circulation in there, again, to help prevent damping off. And then once I have lots of good growth going on, I can make sure that it's off completely. And I can start bottom watering the plants, because by then they should have some good roots going down into the soil that can help soak up that moisture down in the bottom. So that's all there is to getting these seeds started. Like I said, the rosemary has been a little bit of a trick for me in the past just to keep it growing once I get it growing. So I'll keep you updated on that if I even get these very old treated seeds to get going in the first place. So I'll keep you updated on what's happening with my my herbs. Do you like to grow herbs from seed indoors, or do you go and buy little started plants, or do you just not worry about it and just grab some herbs at the store when you need some herbs for cooking? Let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.